I just want to curse. Make up curse words. I don't need to curse. We have steak today. We're eating raw steak today. I figured I'd bring you guys into the fun. Found a pretty decent boneless New York. It's a big steak. I don't think I intended to eat this much steak, but now that we're in it, we're in it. Been running around all day long. Actually got a pretty good workout in earlier. I'm feeling pretty accomplished on that front because I haven't had great workouts all year. Told him to give me the fattiest one. I think he failed. I saw another one that had a little more fat, but whatever. We did legs today. That's actually part of the reason why I got this, because I've been subsisting on just eggs basically for a while. Been trying to really avoid histamines, and beef is not great for histamines. But with that workout, I wanted to make sure I had a really good meal. Speaking of, one thing I can do to help with the histamines, interestingly enough, salt is actually a natural antihistamine. Salt and water. So we'll do a little salt with our meat today. I'm also officially in ketosis, so the added sodium isn't going to be bad for other reasons. I probably should have sharpened my little fillet knife before I started, but oh well, next time. I love this little fillet knife. I got this specifically because I grew up, my dad had one like this, and he had a longer one. It's great for filleting fish, and I don't know, I had this memory of it in our kitchen drawer as a kid. So when I was figuring out, I need a knife, I don't need a whole knife set. What do I really want to prioritize? I mean, yeah, we're gonna get this. J. Martin. It's a Finland blade, FYI. I'll try to remember to put a link in the description if you're interested in it. The thing is great. I just use a cheapo little sharpener every couple times I use it, and she is wonderful. I have a massage tonight in like an hour and a half, so we're posted up in the Target parking lot. Seriously though, I want to go on and on about this workout because the last 2 workouts now, I felt like almost my old self. It's been fantastic. Really good explosive energy. I did kickboxing one of the workouts, and actually got something accomplished. Makes me feel good. Seriously, if you aren't ancient yet, use it while you can, because eventually you do get old. They say one of the biggest predictors for health complications as you age is muscle mass. So if you have low muscle mass, you're more likely to suffer from a bunch of health conditions as you get older and lose your ability to walk and be independent, things like that much earlier. And it's really easy when you're in your 20s or 30s even to just be like, whatever, like, I don't have to think about when I'm old. But you should. I highly recommend it. Because once you're old, you can't go back in time. Not yet. I mean, maybe. But there's no guarantee. I'm sure there's probably some people that thought in the early 1900s, oh, by the year 2000, we'll have time travel technology. I don't have to worry about this, or we'll have the fountain of youth and people will live forever. So I can just fuck off now and then erase those regrets when I'm old because we'll have the technology. Surprise, we don't have the technology. So what these are the really thick bits of cartilage and tendon that I'm not going to spend 3 hours chewing through. Not today, maybe another day when I'm bored. I got a little more time. This makes me so happy. This cost me, I don't have the receipt, I think $16. Somebody asked me the other day how much it cost me to do Carnivore. About $100 a week, most weeks. You figure that's like $10 a day, and then a little extra for, a day or here or there during the week. So subsisting on eggs, eggs are expensive. I mean, I'm in Southern California, and I can get them for around $4 to $6 a dozen if I shop smart. And what I mean by that is not just going to the grocery store that I'm most familiar with, but actually knowing which ones tend to have better pricing. The other thing is, if I know I'm going to be eating a bunch of eggs, if I find a place that has good pricing for them, I just buy a whole bunch. It's not like they really go bad. And then I don't have to worry about that constant roller coaster price flux bullshit, or showing up and them being sold out completely. So yeah, there's ways around it. And since I haven't been eating a ton of beef, that's brought the price down too. So if I can get eggs for about $4 to $6 a dozen, and I'm only eating a dozen, maybe 18 a day. Not most days I haven't been eating 18. I've been really under eating for a couple weeks, which is fine because I needed to lose a little winter weight. Believe it or not, I carry weight really well. I was over 150 pounds this winter. I don't like carrying that much weight on me. I'm slow. I can feel it. I'm slow and I'm sluggish. And while my clothes fit me, they fit kind of weird. It's hard to describe. So I'm about 140 right now. And that's about a week's worth of weight loss. So if I eat a dozen eggs a day, the whole egg, that's around 760, 770 calories, I believe. If I'm remembering that correctly off the top of my head. So like I said, if I'm only eating a dozen a day, which really, I think there was one day I ate 2 dozen. So it's like, what, 1,500 calories? Still isn't that significant on a day when I'm working out. Drop weight pretty fast. Keto helps too, because then I drop water weight with it. The annoying thing though is you pee all the time. I had a doctor's appointment today and I went to the bathroom right before I went in, and then just sitting in the lobby for 15 minutes. She was like, "Do you need to use the restroom again?" I was like, yes, I do. 100% I do. Fun fact, tendons and ligaments are basically the same thing. The difference is what they connect. So tendons connect muscles to bone, and ligaments connect bone to bone. They also don't have a great blood supply, which is why if you get a tendon or a ligament injury, it can be really tough to heal it. It takes longer than a muscle injury. Little factoid for the day, you can just tuck that away for another moment in time. I love the massage therapist that I've been going to lately over here. She reminds me of if I gave myself a massage, this is what I would do. And I don't have to point things out to her. She just hones right in on them. It's so fantastic, because in all the years I've been getting massage, I don't think I've ever seen a therapist where I've been like, oh, they know what they're doing, like to the same degree that I used to do massage. Oh, this is good. This is really good. Speaking of weight, I'm gonna go back on that topic for a second. It's really strange to me because at 140, I don't feel overweight. Probably my new low would be 135. I would be really slim at 135. But for years, when I didn't have good muscle on my body, I was like 120, 125 at my most. it's so strange to think of myself that tiny. And really, most of it is body composition changes. So when I was 120, 125, I had very little muscle mass on myself. I was doing a ton of cardio. And by a ton, I mean I would do 2 or 3 hours of sustained cardio a day, 7 days a week, under eating, not weight training at all, or almost not at all. It was grotesque. I wasn't anorexic, but I was definitely not a healthy individual. And at 135, with muscle mass on my frame, I fit into the same size clothes as when I was 120, 125, pretty much. I think maybe like half a size difference is about it. Very, very minimal difference. That's why, like, when people have a specific number on the scale goal, I just think that's the most ridiculous thing ever. At least for women, because it's so arbitrary. If I was constantly chasing 120 on the scale, oh my goodness, I'd have to go back to being super unhealthy again. And you know, with that, I was always tired and moody and hangry, always getting sick. If somebody looked at me the wrong way, I would catch whatever was floating through the air. Sometimes I like just I like this eating raw because it reminds me a little bit when I was a kid of helping my parents process deer. So we would always hunt deer when I was growing up, and the whole family pitched in when we'd get a deer with butchering. And so sometimes it reminds me a little bit of that. All right, I'm gonna take my sweet time eating this, and I don't really have a whole lot to talk about today, to be honest. I kind of slept like shit, and I'm ready for my 2-hour massage where I just check out mentally until she turns the lights back on and says, "Are you still alive? Is there anybody in there?" I also have to think about, what is it I really want her to work on today? The last time I went in for a 2-hour with her, I said, yeah, remember when you told me last time that you found so much stuff in my legs that you could probably spend an hour on each one of them? Can we spend an hour on each leg? So that's what we did. We did 2 hours of just my legs. It was amazing. I kind of want her to do that again, but I also want some of my rotator cuff work done, which most people like to just ignore. But I'm really hyper aware of what's going on with it. So the way I sleep and everything, I woke up this morning and I was like, I don't know, there's something kind of goofy going on in that. So I think I want her to do a little bit in the rotator cuff, and then maybe on the legs I'll have her skip the quads, because my quads are usually pretty just fine. My hamstrings need some love. My calves are fucking assholes. I need to date somebody who, they don't have to be a professional masseuse, but they just want to massage me all the time. That's all they want to do. They don't want to go on dates, and they don't want to hang out. They just want to massage me. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, actually. I'm going to put that on my goals list for the year. Find someone who just wants to massage me for free. All right, bye.